Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into one of the most anticipated LEGO City releases of 2025, set 60469 Central Train Station. And yes, the pigeons have finally arrived in LEGO City. That's right, we now have LEGO pigeons and I might be more excited about that than I should be. But before we begin, please like this video and subscribe to our new channel. Starting with the box art, it gives a beautiful frontal view of the station with a building in the background, hinting that this set might just be the entrance facade to a much bigger train platform system. The box also references other Lego City sets like airplane, downtown streetcar, and double decker sightseeing bus. The box is a lift-off design and it feels really premium. Lego is continuously pushing for eco-friendly packaging, and inside you will find 7 paper bags filled with pieces and one plastic bag containing larger pieces and instruction manual wrapped in a proper paper. Inside the wrapped paper, you find 3 instruction booklet and a well-protected sticker sheet sandwiched between them. The box also comes with foldable flaps, which makes the storage easy. And honestly, I really wish more Lego sets came like this. Saves a ton of space when you are storing the box flat. Overall, it's a really clean and satisfying unboxing and feels like Lego is stepping up their packaging game while still keeping things practical. Retailing at 100 US dollars, this set is at a price per piece ratio of about 13.3 cents, which is quite high for a city set. However, this set does include several large and unique and rare parts. Let's see if that's enough to justify the price. This special brick with gear hole is used only in one other set, which is Gabby's dollhouse. And also the door frame with grooves is also seen in Gabby's dollhouse and Andrea's mansion. Combining these two together forms the elevator. The Technic gear rack has appeared in different colors in the past, but this is its first ever appearance in white. The same goes with the roof slope. It has appeared in different sets. However, it is its second ever appearance in dark blue. It is only seen in one other set, 2025 Arctic Polar Express. And finally, my favorite pigeons appearing in 2 sets in 2025. The round clock face is seen in only one other sets, the Tudor corner, and this is a printed piece. Also, the crane basket is a rare piece with around 20 appearances, but only one other appearance in black. Last but not the least, the medical crutches are unique to this set and are making their debut with this set. With bag 1, we build the maintenance rail car with the maintenance guy minifigure. The car looks excellent in orange colors. The build is pretty simple. It has a printed dashboard element and it looks nice. With bag number 2, we lay the groundwork of first platform. With bag 3, we build the ground floor coffee shop and extend it to the first floor. On the first floor, there is a small seating area with a table and couple of chairs. With bag 4, we lay the foundation for the main platform. This includes a train schedule display, a ticket vending machine, and the base structure for building the elevator. With bag number 5, we finish up the main platform. Then we also complete the elevator and then we connect the platform 1 with the main platform using the train tracks, which is an upgraded element seen only in 3 sets of 2025. With bag number 6, we complete the first floor and the second floor by adding some finishing touches, detailed windows, and we also complete the control room where the station master is gonna sit. And with the final bag number 7, we complete the clock tower, add the glass ceiling over the arch, and put on the finishing touches to bring the whole station together. The completed set looks really attractive, and the build process is simple enough for kids age 7 plus, but it also has the satisfaction factor for adult Lego fans. However, one question still lingers: is this set worth $100? Let's take a closer look at different elements of this set and determine whether it's worth the price. The exterior is nice with a bench where one can sit and relax, and we have also got an accessibility ramp, which is a nice touch. Once you enter, you have got a very small waiting area, and then there is a coffee shop. This is the same barista we see in many other sets, and you can see that there is one croissant and one single coffee cup with coffee machine in blue. I am just wondering why blue? Why not black or brown? This looks more like a water dispenser rather than a coffee machine. And then the design starts spinning out of control. The backside of the coffee shop has so much of space which is just left unutilized. There is no garbage bin or a bench or a refrigerator or just few more cups or croissants. Something. There could have been so many things that could have made this cafe look full. And then there is the first floor of the cafe, which is not accessible by the elevator. And then there are no stairs to reach the space as well. I mean, how are minifigures gonna get there? Jump? Yeah, that's right. The only way minifigures can get up there is by jumping through the balcony. And if you serve a coffee cup and a croissant to customer, the cafe is left completely empty. There are no extra croissant, shelf, or even coffee mugs left. It just looks like a cafe with water dispenser. It's really underwhelming. I must say the downtown streetcar set had better cafe with newsstand and everything. The first floor of the cafe has a sticker piece referencing the city tour and sightseeing red bus. The cafe is covered with an arch which is made using the garage roller door parts. It looks really nice. However, this arch is just hanging there. It is not fixed at the bottom and there is no way to fix it. And another design miss over here is this whole alignment is bit off-centered, shifting towards the right. I tried to move it bit to the center, but it popped off. I tried again multiple times, but it just kept popping off, so I just gave up on that. All in all, though this arch looks good, it definitely could have been better. At this point, I really felt disappointed. This set could have been so much better. The window section looks really nice with pillar designs using the candle pieces, and the roof looks really rustic with a nice clock tower. And then there are these pigeons. I must say, I'm so happy to finally see the Lego pigeons in Lego sets. There were so many different kinds of birds, but not pigeons, and I was wondering why not. And then, if you go behind the clock tower, there is a small space where you can see a pigeon nest, and a sunflower piece is used in brown color to represent the nest, which is really a nice detail. Both platforms are connected using the new upgraded 2025 track pieces in dark bluish gray, which are part of only three sets so far released in 2025. Another funny thing about this set is there is no train in the central train station. Instead, we just get a maintenance rail car in orange color. It's a simple build and it looks decent. The main platform includes a train schedule screen and a ticket vending machine. There are ramps leading up to both platforms, which is great for accessibility, but there is a major design flaw. There is no way for minifigures to cross from one platform to other. There is no overpass, nothing. And for something called Central Train Station, that's really a big miss. Maybe Lego plans to expand this with future sets, or maybe our minifigs are just expected to go full ninja and jump across, which, let's be honest, isn't even funny at this point. I'm truly disappointed. The working elevator is definitely a highlight. If we turn the knob on the roof, it moves up and down very smoothly. It's really fun to operate. It uses great parts and has a nice design. But it still lacks basic things like a keypad to access it since it's a staff only access, or a button to call the elevator. I mean, even the kids will definitely notice and ask, like, where is the elevator button? And another thing, you can access only the second floor control room with it, not the cafe, not any other place, which is again a disappointing thing. The control room has a door to enter from the elevator, a screen, a chair, a table with a control panel, and a side stud to keep the crutches of station master. It's a nice little room. The control panel is a tribute to the rare iconic retired Lego set 4548 Transformer and Speed Regulator released in 1991. Except that there is nothing much on the backside. Unless Lego releases more sets to connect with this set, this central train station is gonna remain incomplete. Moving ahead with the minifigures, this set includes 6 minifigures, none with alternate faces. First up, we get a female minifigure with a suitcase and a male minifigure in blue torso and baby in the stroller representing a family. Then we have the station master with crutches. These crutches are unique elements to this set and are debuting with this set. Then we get the maintenance worker with tools and a girl with smartphone and ticket. Finally, we have the barista female minifigure with classic brown apron torso. All in all, except crutches, there is no unique elements here. Most torsos are reused from older sets, but still it's a decent minifigure lineup. So here are my final thoughts. This set feels more like a station entrance rather than a full central hub. It looks great, it has some nice touches, but calling it a central train station is a stretch unless Lego plans to expand it with more sets in future. Do you think this set lives up to its name? It's worth $100? Do let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.